What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Uchiha, 3 long face, skinny body, and we are back, still black, with some more fire Boruto anime manga content. Well, I guess I should stop saying anime for the time being, if you get the gist. But we back, and we added. Now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe before we hop into the video. We got a lot to discuss. Yes, Sasuke.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Will Sasuke find out the truth in terms of everybody essentially that we know of right now, aside from the few exceptions, is under the jutsu of Ada's omnipotence via Kawaki's desires in order to complete his ultimate task of killing Boruto, i.e. Momoshiki, right? So everybody believes essentially, as Momoshiki explained, all common knowledge between both Boruto and Kawaki have been swapped, right? So everyone believes Kawaki is Kawaki Uzumaki, the firstborn child of Naruto Uzumaki, and Boruto being the outsider, you know, who was tracked and chased down by Kara, leading to all of the events that are built up until now, right? So in my previous video, I talked about a lot of the plot holes, or essentially not necessarily the plot holes. I talked about a lot of the outcomes that stem from the effects of Ada and Kawaki's doing in chapter 79, right? So now let's just talk about my guy Sasuke, because everybody wants to talk about what's really going on with my guy Sasuke, and are they really cooking something up with this dude right here, and they just keep it in the background while giving us small hints every now and then. So essentially, we understand that Sarada is not only immune to the omnipotence that has been released in the last chapter, but essentially even Ada's enchantment love ability, right? It doesn't work on Sarada. Essentially, is there something particular about Sarada that she has all of these immunities to Ada's jutsu? Now, we understand that Sumire also falls on the line of being immune to Ada's enchantment jutsu. The possibility of her also being immune to the omnipotence going on, we don't know that for sure as of right now, right? But focusing on Sarada, if they decide to take it a step further, right, and have Sumire still believe that possibly Boruto and Kawaki have switched positions along with everyone else, and double down on Sarada being not only immune just to the enchantment, but also this jutsu as well, there's going to be some type of particular reason. And if they do decide that having to be the case, it's even more evident that it points towards her bloodline, understanding that the Uchihas, aside from the Hyuga clan, has the strongest ties to the Otsutsuki in terms of everyone that is born on Earth, all the known clans on Earth right now. They have the strongest ties to the Otsutsuki, derivating an exact dojutsu being the Sharingan, you know, coming from not only Kaguya, Hagoromo, but essentially Indra and his awakening and things of the Mangekyo and Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, things of that nature, right? The Uchiha have strong bloodline and ties to that. But knowing that her father is this guy Sasuke, right, is there some type of ties that leads into Sasuke being immune because of the effects that occurred over his lifetime and throughout the events of the story and Naruto franchise, right? Being the Indra reincarnation, understanding Indra is literally the son of Hagoromo, literally the child of Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of all chakra, right? So it's not far-fetched to believe that somewhere along the lines of DNA and generational ass pulls, that Sarada got something extremely special just from Sasuke and his endeavors throughout his life. And it could also connect to Sasuke possibly being immune, as we see Sarada has been throughout the story, towards Ada, because we've seen Sarada, the love ability does not work on her. We have not seen figures like Sasuke, i.e. even though it goes in accordance with others like Naruto as well, but in front of Ada, understanding if her jutsu even possibly works on Sasuke for us to even double down further on this idea. We have no idea if her love ability does work on Sasuke, just for the mere fact that we understand it doesn't work on his daughter. So it's up in the air in terms of that, and it's up in the air in terms of somehow does this tie back to Sarada's bloodline being Uchiha and them being so close and direct to the Otsutsuki clan as a whole, right? The one little thing that sticks its nose into that whole idea is the fact that Sarada is not the only one immune to the enchantment ability, but we understand Sumire is as well. So it'll be hard to try to tie both of those back to Sasuke being the main anchor or source for that matter, right? So even looking further into it, right, just saying Sasuke is under the jutsu, and it's just something super special about Sarada, and it somehow connects to Sumire as well. We understand Nue is a, door or a key or a gateway to Otsutsuki dimensions, right? So possibly even Sumire is immune to this omnipotence going on, and it has nothing to do with Sasuke, and it possibly ties directly to something that's similar with Himawari and Boruto. Understanding Boruto, yes, he's a genius. He got a lot of his genes and his smarts from Minato, got a lot of skills and all of that thing from just the blessed bloodline that his family is, but we see with Himawari, confirmed by Damon, that she is blessed with probably the enormous chakra or the enormous chakra reserves that we understand her father had throughout his life growing up as a child as well. So how they can kind of skip generations. So understanding Sarada being the only daughter got something extremely special along that line from Sasuke, even though it would be hard to believe that it would affect Sarada only and not Sasuke himself. But let's just run with the idea that Sasuke is under this jutsu. I wouldn't find it even hard to believe Sasuke will find a way to break out of the jutsu, and I believe it will take it even a step further to not even being a pivotal moment, rather it being easy for something for Sasuke to do, and then Sasuke will then have to continue on pretending to be under the jutsu in order to actually figure out what's going on. It wouldn't be hard to see Sasuke using his Sharingan and see there's a disruption in everybody's chakra except his daughter, who just so happens to be the sole person protecting Boruto at the moment. So Sasuke, something is going to go off in his brain at that point in time, and then he's going to either make two decisions. One, take the same stance along with his daughter, possibly going along with Boruto, helping them in their future paths, because we don't know exactly what way Boruto will decide to go, but it's inevitable for Boruto to ultimately leave the village at this point, right? So Sasuke can still just pretend to be under the jutsu, possibly taking things into his own hands, getting Boruto and Sarada both out of the scenario, out of the vicinity, allowing them a chance to escape from, not only Shikamaru's grasp, but everyone else who is chasing them, in order for him to be able to figure out the things that are going on, confronting possibly Ada up front and asking her about what's going on and how are these things happening, where he can see obviously that there's something wrong, but everyone else around is targeting Boruto and literally trying to kill him and blaming him for Naruto's death. So Sasuke can go under a whole lot of different directions at this point in time, and it's real interesting how they decide to do it going forward. In the next chapter, I believe that he's going to be one of the main focal points in terms of the pursuit against Boruto moving forward. So it's interesting, even finding a way to end Sasuke's story in the upcoming chapters, right? The famous theory Sasuke is about to die. I'm not shy away from that story, but I want it to be done in a very, very right way. So it could be Sasuke fighting Boruto, and he decides to, or not decide necessarily, but necessarily breaks out of the jutsu during his fight with Boruto, possibly understanding, all right, there's things going on that Boruto is doing that only Kawaki should know. And in his mind, Kawaki is the son of Naruto, but Boruto just pulled out a vanishing Rasengan, and Kawaki is pulling out swords from his arms. Now, perception can be a thing, but the perception isn't too much of a notifying or justifiable matter in Kawaki's case, because we saw the Chunin confront Kawaki about the scar that should be on his eye, but it's on Boruto's eye. And the one thing that contradicts is Misuki's stance, ignoring the scar on Boruto's eye and ignoring the fact that Boruto's obviously holding his eye from the scar and bleeding from his eye, yet still Misuki going on full-on killing intent when he's attacking Boruto. So it's a little bit muddy and in a gray area, and I believe they're showing us that it all depends at this point on the character itself. So figures like Sasuke can possibly still be under the jutsu, whereas Sarada isn't, and possibly even Sumire isn't, but Sasuke is able to notice things that is wrong with the surroundings around him and able to pick up on it and understand everything is not as it should be, right? So Sasuke could still find a way to discover Boruto, end up pursuing Boruto in battle, and then understanding, all right, something is not right. So he can possibly even come across to a point where pushing Boruto so far, Momoshiki happens to take over again and ends up in a major battle with Momoshiki taking on Sasuke. At this point, Sasuke fighting with everything on the line, i.e. in order to save Boruto. So does he die in the pursuit of allowing Boruto to gain his consciousness or win control of his body back? over Momoshiki, or does he possibly even take out Momoshiki and stand on his word, like, I'm gonna be the one to take out Boruto if Momoshiki goes out of control again? And he does that, and we lead into the whole wild train of theories where people believe that Boruto might die a second time in his own story, and this time the Jogan being the main anchor or the main reason why he comes back, and understanding the awakening or the true essence of that eye, and what's the true meaning of him having that eye, and the true purpose of him being the star of hope. So that's a whole different topic and a whole different scenario leading it into, but it wouldn't be too far-fetched to understand that Sasuke could possibly even die fighting Momoshiki and taking out Momoshiki along with him. We see time skip Boruto, we see him controlling the Karma Seal. Will Momoshiki still be an issue at that point in time, or will they decide to take Momoshiki along the ride and befriend Boruto throughout his story, right? It's real hard to say, right? But we understand that 16-year-old Boruto is still going to have this Karma Seal, so he has control of the Jogan. So it's going to be a few more things that lead us to understanding how these things are into fruition. We understand how he already had the scar. We've got that checked off the list. Now we got to understand how he learns to actually actively control the Jogan and it being implemented into the story, right? And would this all lead into Boruto obtaining Sasuke things and reminiscent of the last time he ever saw his master was in battle against his own self? So it's a whole lot of interesting factors you could pull out from this. Let me know your thoughts below. Do y'all think Sasuke will pretend to be under the jutsu, play it back in the hidden leaf, and figure out the P's and Q's of the jutsu and what's actually going on? It would be hard to move in that type of fashion with Ada being able to spy on everything. Or do y'all think Sasuke will, you know, somehow confront Boruto in the midst of all this, and instead of going on a training journey with him, confront him in a fight, understanding something is wrong throughout the fight, and end up having to fight Momoshiki to save Boruto? Whole bunch of different scenarios to even pull out just from this idea alone. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Black Uchiha. Holla at your boy, and I'ma holla at y'all. Black Uchiha out. Yes sir. Ski.
We take a trip to the sky, show them that our limits too high. Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said